What have you made of him?
The cheat.
Answer early. Is Jake Paul natural? No. I can say that with pretty certain confidence in that statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with and I have heard things.
For if I can test you randomly for performance enhancing the next 2 years.
Jake Paul's growing confidence in the boxing world continues to raise doubts among experienced analysts. Many believe his conviction that he can challenge someone like Anthony Joshua is unrealistic. Joshua is a decorated heavyweight with years of professional training, multiple championship fights, and proven durability, a level Paul has not yet reached. Some observers also point out that Paul's physical development and performance raise questions, suggesting he may be relying on substances or enhancements. Joshua, by contrast, is widely regarded as an all-natural athlete whose size, strength, and skill have been built through disciplined training and competition.
I'm just focused on myself. I'm confident in myself. Jake could be 10 foot. I'm confident in myself. That's what I'm saying. It's not about how he is. I just really I've got a good team. I've been through ups and downs. I've stood the test of time. I'm passionate. I'm hungry, and I'm still here ready to
competition. The gap between their backgrounds has left fans and experts questioning whether Paul is truly ready for a challenge this significant. Deontay Wilder has added fuel to the debate by implying that contractual terms could influence the outcome of the fight. He suggests that this matchup might resemble other entertainment-driven events where financial interests and showmanship overshadow pure athletic competition. According to Wilder, the fighter positioned more favorably in the deal may end up the winner. His comments have intensified discussions within the boxing community, as many wonder whether Paul's rapid rise is the result of promotional advantages rather than strictly earned boxing credentials.
I'm just living. No, you look fresh. I feel good, man. I feel good. I've been training hard. I'm close to the weight that I need to be at for the fight. I feel good. He's done me a favor. Walking around bulky and heavy. I feel quick. I feel amazing. So I'm looking forward to the fight.
Oh no, dude, the weight's gonna backfire now too. That's what you're telling me? You're telling me that Jake having AJ cut the weight down to 245 is actually gonna make him more of a machine? It's gonna help his gas tank. It's gonna help him be lighter and quicker on his feet. The things that Jake said he's not. It's gonna help him feel more loose and not as stiff. Fuck! Backfiring again. Everything. Damn, dude. Because he's already a big guy, and that makes sense. One of the things that you naturally do in a boxing camp is lose weight by doing cardio and obviously training and sparring and everything. But now all you're doing is having AJ get in better shape because he's just going to run more. He's already on weight, apparently. By the way, this him saying this all was from a video 3.5 weeks ago. But when you go to AJ's...
Major boxing events often involve complex contracts and large payouts. And Wilder's comments highlight how these agreements can sometimes affect outcomes in ways fans do not immediately realize. While the idea of a predetermined result is not universally accepted, it has prompted viewers to look more closely at what motivates a fight like this. Analyst Wade emphasizes that Joshua holds every major advantage over Paul. He explains that Joshua's size, experience, and technical skill are on an entirely different level. Even as Joshua moves deeper into his career, he remains strong, disciplined, and confident. Wade believes Paul may have taken this challenge too early, overlooking the toughness and tactical intelligence of a fighter who has survived and succeeded in high-pressure, high-stakes battles. In Wade's view, Joshua's proven abilities make him extremely difficult to overcome, and Paul must prepare for both physical and psychological hurdles in this matchup. Frank Smith focuses on Jake Paul's
statement, mainly because, as you heard me mention, I know a lot of the people he trains with and I have heard things. Now let's give Jake the benefit of the doubt, right? He's able to restrain from the peer pressure that everyone's putting on him to hop on these certain compounds. Then that would be cool to train natural, do what he needs to do. But the thing is, his body composition has changed so much, his explosiveness, his power, and yes, that comes with training and time. But I find it very, very suspicious that for some reason, whenever a drug test gets brought up, for instance, when Fury wanted that in the contract, Jake Paul turns them down. So you should think to yourself, it's probably because he's not natural. Now I want to make it clear, I don't care whether Jake Paul is natural or not. There's so many people that aren't natural that are in combat sports. In fact, Tyron Woodley probably is also not natural. Everyone wants that little edge over their competition, and that's where drugs and anabolics come into play. There's certain compounds that are out there that just increase your explosiveness immensely, your recovery, so that you can stay in the same weight class, which is very important for combat sports, whether that's boxing, UFC, whatever type of combat sport you're doing. So that is why you guys have seen so much improvement from Jake Paul. Of course, he has a great circle around him, great trainers, great coaches, a great regimen, but definitely anabolics play a very fundamental role in that. They allow him to train as hard as he does. They allow him to increase his power.
Paul's public claim that Anthony Joshua has a weak chin and is vulnerable to punches. Smith argues that this assessment does not match Joshua's actual record, as he has repeatedly demonstrated endurance and the ability to recover from heavy shots throughout his career. While Paul's bold statements may excite fans, Smith cautions that underestimating a fighter of Joshua's quality is dangerous. He predicts that the first round could be intense, with quick exchanges and the possibility of early knockdowns. Smith expects an entertaining opening, but makes it clear that excitement alone does not increase Paul's chances of success against a skilled former champion. His comments highlight the unpredictable nature of boxing. Confidence can create surprising moments, but maintaining control against a superior opponent is an entirely different challenge.
Who does he think will win the fight? And he said, whatever's in the contract for the person to win, that's who will win. And let me counterpunch. What Wilder is saying is what a lot of people are fearing, right? You know, the Jake Paul FDA that, hey, he has to win each and every fight has been one of those things that has been lingering around in the boxing world, as we've seen about Mike Tyson, and Mike Tyson seeing him pulling punches, or appeared to be pulling punches, and not really trying to fight Jake Paul. And I reminded people that it was an exhibition. And despite how it was billed and what Mike promised to do, I think none of those guys were just trying to hurt each other. You know, I think Jake Paul was actually just trying to,
Sean Jones discusses Tyson Fury's unexpected announcement that he plans to bet $1 million on Jake Paul to defeat Anthony Joshua. This bold statement has generated curiosity among fans and analysts. Jones notes that it is rare for an elite boxer like Fury to openly express such strong confidence in a crossover fighter. According to Jones, Fury's bet may indicate that he sees potential in Paul, or perhaps has a unique perspective on the matchup. However, the wager also raises speculation about what might be motivating such a high-stakes endorsement. Jones explains that Fury's support adds a layer of legitimacy to Paul in the public eye, shaping fan expectations and media buzz. Still, he warns that a loud endorsement does not guarantee victory. His analysis underscores how celebrity influence, promotional strategies, and betting culture all play a major role in shaping narratives around big fights. Fury's $1 million wager is a reminder of how outside factors can color the way people view a matchup.
This is a 34-year-old Anthony Joshua. This is a terrifying human being. Terrifying. Again, a guy who survived Usyk twice. You know, you saw what Usyk did to Dubois. You see Usyk take out Dubois? Did you see that? I mean, that's the Usyk you're talking about. There's an Usyk that rocked Tyson Fury, who's fucking 6'9".
So Jake Paul's 6'1" versus 6'6" Anthony Joshua. Jake weighed in for the Tyson fight at 199.
And is likely to overwhelm Paul. Kizora also highlights that the financial rewards attached to the event create jealousy among fighters, as Joshua is earning a massive payout simply for showing up. He suggests that for Joshua, this matchup represents relatively easy money, calling attention to the business side of modern boxing, where marketability can sometimes outweigh sporting merit. Kizora's insights reveal the tension within the boxing world regarding crossover fights. Some believe Paul's presence is driven more by entertainment value than athletic achievement, while others acknowledge that the financial incentives are impossible to ignore. By framing Joshua's involvement as both strategically wise and highly profitable, Kizura illustrates the mix of motivations behind high-profile events. His view reminds fans that boxing is not only a competitive sport, but also a commercial enterprise driven by attention, media influence, and lucrative opportunities. That's all for today's breakdown. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Bloodline Boxing.